Hi guys, welcome again with Essence. So in the episode today, I'm going to be talking about the 10 harmless things that make people like you more. Okay, so the first thing is when you are in the group, for example, like in a gathering, and there's someone who just making some fun, and everybody started to laugh. It will be better for you to just staring at someone while laughing to the closest to you, so it can improve your you know your likability, your friendliness to the people surrounds you, and it may also create some sort of chemical reaction. Yes, especially for you who are still finding husband or a wife. Okay, and then the next thing is the okay, I forget. Oh, if you ask someone a favor, it's not only that you can get the benefit uh, of helping by that person, but also that person will like you more than before, because somehow this kind of favor means like it uh, there's some questions inside their cognitive process. Uh, why should I help you? Why should I be willing to do a favor for you? Oh yeah, because I like him. Because he's friendly or whatever the reason is. But this kind of gesture will uh, give you some sort of additional love from the one that will do a favor for you. Okay. And the third one is the silence gets answer. For instance, like if you ask someone about something, so I think it's better off for you to just silent after you ask a question, instead of forcing them to answer your question. It would be much even better for you to just silent. So in this silence, you could make the person uh, feels like uh, what do you call it? Feels like they need to just answer your question right away. So it's just kind of break the silence, and they feel they will feel like, oh, I'm obliged to give an answer as soon as possible. That's how marvelous silence is, if you know the trick. Okay. And number four is you know open hand while showing in directions is much better. For instance, like using hand, look, it's over there, it's over there. It's much even better than pointing. Okay, instead of pointing to a certain direction, rather, because the gesture of pointing means like it's like an order, and people don't like to be ordered. People don't like to be uh, you know directed by some kind of pointing or something like that. So it's much politer for you to just show your hands, because it can also represent trust. Okay, and that's good. I think, yeah, it's much better. And in my custom, of course, showing palm when you want to give direction to other people, it will be much even better. Okay. And nodding. Okay, nodding while you do the conversation. Yeah, like this. You can you have to like, okay, yes, of course, I agree with your statement, so we can meet again later on. Nah, the answer might be yes, because of that gesture of nodding, while give a pressure to your what do you call that, to the persons in front of you, to the person that you speak with, a feel of uh, you know feeling of the feeling of what do you call for that, like it's more like there's a chemistry, a specific chemistry that can pursue them to just uh, you know suit to your to your need. So they may just like coincidentally agreeing in deep conscious. So it's really hard to explain, but unconsciously they will agree to everything that you want to ask most of the time. Not all of the time, but yes, most of the time, of course. Okay, number 6 is people will remember some unfinished thing first, and yeah, because somehow people is really curious and they just really want to know the end, and somehow the, for instance, like a commercial, for commercial, if the commercials is unfinished, they'll remember that commercial, and they will try to maybe follow the storyline, maybe the continuations of that commercial, the commercial ad, well, will be next week or maybe next day. But the effect is really awesome because it can be on your brain for long time than just um, one complete commercial advertisement episode. So I think it's much better to just give give the audience a story, and then you just unfinish it, and then um, you may want to say that it'll be continued next week, for instance, something like that. It might be more compelling rather than just one episode. For instance, like the trilogy of Lord of the Ring, like it was really hype back then, and people were waiting for the continuations of the next episode of Lord of the Ring after the 1 and 2 ended. The last one and the third was just really awesome. It's just really cool, and they just they just rewarded the third one as the best movie of the Lord of the Ring ever. Okay, number 7 is chewing gums. When you feel anxiety, when you feel anxious, or you feel really, you feel really need to concentrate or focus, you may want to just like chewing gums, okay, because it can increase your cognitive process, so you will decide better and you will concentrate better on things that you are working on, okay. And number 8 is, if you speak to a person, you may want to see their feet. Why? If their feet pointed at you, then it would be good to just continue the discussion, okay. But if otherwise, if the feet didn't point at you, then you would just like to, just want to go away, okay. Just say bye and see you again later on. It would be much even better, so you can keep the relations going in for the future, maybe, until they have interest in you. And then number 9 is you have to remember the name of the persons, and you may want to call it during conversation, because I think it's much more appropriate, even though that it's not really necessary, but it can increase your, what they call that, your likability in the perspective of the person that you are speaking with, okay. And then is, you have to show your excitement. So how can you how could you, how could you express your excitement of something that the person's in front of you is telling you? For instance, like if the person's in front of you talking about, oh, football is awesome, and I really like to play football and blah 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 blah. So you might want to just, even though that you really don't like the football, but you say, oh, that's awesome, that's cool. I mean, like, yeah, football is a good game, okay, even that you don't like it though, but at the same time, of course, you're not lying, of course, right? Football is okay, football is good, but however, you think, oh, I barely play football, I don't really know about football though, because I'm not keen on it. It's okay, but the first phrase, maybe you have to say just, oh yeah, football is awesome. But at the same time, later on, maybe in the conversation, you may want to say that you barely do that kind of activity. Okay, I think that's all for today episode, and see you again for the next episode in Asan, and see you again with Asan. Yeah. Oh yeah, forget. If you like this video, it's up to you. You want to subscribe? You want to give a like? You want to comment? Okay, please. Thank you. If you don't like this, and just give me a thumb down. What else? What else? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. See you again. Bye.